everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. So glad you decided to stop by and see what I am reading on today. But before we get to the read, of course, I have to remind you, if you like the content, if you find yourself coming back, please subscribe. Go into your settings and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload something. I upload every day, not necessarily at the same time, but if you hit that notification bell, it'll let you know that I have uploaded, and that will be a really good thing because I don't want you to miss me. Also, give me a thumbs up so I can try to fight off this algorithm where it eventually know that my little teeny tiny channel exists. So thank you ahead of time for doing all that. All right, let's get into the read. And what am I reading on today? I guess it's like a kind of like a hodgepodge of things because I was on Twitter, then I was on Daily Fail, and I was and I just came across certain things that really kind of triggered me. Okay, one of them was by our good sis on X, formerly known as Twitter, the Sussex Soldier. She had a post earlier, um, and it was evidently Newsweek has um, a weekly royal podcast. Who knew? I didn't know. But these weekly podcasts are popping up all over the place. The Deadly Fail didn't have a weekly podcast, and all of a sudden they had one. I think theirs been going for a while, and then ITV has one. I forgot the name of it. I think it was one of the first ones, because they had it when Meghan was still part of that, the working royals, and that made up term they did to other her and Harry. Um, they had that podcast then, and I used to listen to it. Well, I used to watch it because they would follow them on their trips and stuff like that. So I forgot the name of it, but anyway, it's unimportant. So, but all these little podcasts are popping up that not like the Sun has a show, and which is just how I can maneuver to bring Harry and Meghan's name up in any kind of way, because they want to profess that Harry and Meghan is not a working royal, and they're not even royal anymore. That's what they want to say. They're not even royal anymore. But yet and still, at the top of their segment of these shows is something that they have maneuvered into, just weaving Harry and Meghan's name into it. And so all of these little shows pop up. So, but I did not know about this one. I didn't know News Weekly had a royal podcast. I did not know that. So, but I digress. And she had posted, the Sussex Soldier had posted this, and it was, and she gave, she had a hashtag, Jack Royston really needs to shut them up. I like that. That's what she said. It said, and she said, who is the F is Princess Kate, and that they think she is more important than Maggie, Archie, and Lily. Hashtag George Royston really needs to shut them up. He wants hashtag Harry to do for hashtag Kate Middleton what Prince Williams and Kate Middleton did not do for hashtag Meghan Markle, Princess Archie, and hashtag Princess Lilibet. I think she said it all, didn't she? So she posted the some of the podcast, and the name of the podcast is, well, the topic of the podcast, I guess, for this week is why Prince Harry should denounce Princess Kate's abuse. And it was published on June 21, 2024. This was yesterday. Okay. And in it, it said, Jack really needs to F off. This is what Sussex Soldier says. She is a woman. I assume it's a woman. I don't know. But if she's a woman or a man, after my own heart, because it can't be said any better than that. She said, this is what she said. She said, when did hashtag Prince Williams defend, stood up for his brother's wife, hashtag Meghan Markle, nephew and niece? That loser sent hashtag Jason Knopf to help Daily Mail in their case against his brother's wife, hashtag Meghan Markle, who was pregnant at the time with hashtag Princess Lilibet. Jack really needs to F off. My heart. My heart. Okay, then she posted a little snippet, I guess what they said. This is what they saying. Prince Harry should speak out and denounce the abuse and the online conspiracies targeting his sister-in-law, Princess Kate, during her cancer battle, because not doing so will prove reputationally damaging. According to a new episode of Newsweek Raw Report podcast, Harry and his wife Meghan Markle have not yet addressed the online harassment directed at Kate by social media users professing to be their fan, despite both highlighting that the monarchy and the members of the royal family failed to speak out when similar abuse was directed at Meghan. Now, why, if you have the answer to something, why are you asking a question? They asked a question that they answered. Why should Harry speak out about anything and this imaginary abuse that Kate is getting? Because it's all imaginary. Why should Harry speak out? And if Harry is online, he knows that this is a load of crap that they have put on a plate that wants trying to serve up for people to eat. They want to try to pretend and try to say that Kate is, so when they abuse Kate, I mean when they abuse Meghan, or if they are in a conversation about the abuse that Meghan has suffered, they want to equate that to what is perceived to be the same that Kate is receiving. What hate is Kate receiving? What online conspiracy theories what are they talking about? If it's any conspiracy theories that are out there, it's the ones that they generated by giving us Frankenstein picture Kate, Market Kate, Granny in the car Kate, the bench AI Kate. It is like somebody giving you all the ingredients for a cake, including the recipe. And when you make the cake, they was like, "Why did you make that cake?" And that's what it is. They gave us all the ingredients of these so-called conspiracy theories, and now they want to act like, "Whoa, where are they coming up with all these conspiracy theories?" From you. We're coming up with them from you. That's what we're coming up with them. And all this abuse. Where what abuse? If you want to see abuse, plug Megan's name into the search engine of YouTube. If you want to see conspiracy theories, if you want to see hate, if you want to see threats, plug her name into the search engine of YouTube. And then plug in Kate Middleton's name into YouTube. We'll see. We'll compare the hate. We'll compare the conspiracy theories. Okay? We'll compare the threats. Miss me with that. Totally miss me with that. This right here is all they want to do is try to water down the fact of how they have abused Meghan, threatened Meghan, and did all these things to Meghan. Lie on her, put her life in danger. Meghan was in the documentary, Harry and Meghan's documentary, crying, saying that you are making people want to kill me. Give me some evidence of somebody that support Harry and Meghan is putting out material, putting out hate, putting out threats, putting out lies that's making people want to kill Kate. Where is that at? And where is this newfound awareness of conspiracy theories and threats and hate online? Where is that newfound awareness? Because when it was happening to Meghan, it was as if it didn't even exist. But only after two women who decided that we have had enough went on YouTube and decided that they were going to do something about it. Tina and Michelle. Tina and Michelle. And they started with single voices yelling out in the void, "This is not right. This is not right. This is not right." And they start calling, and people start listening. I was one of them that I heard the call. I did. And for a long time, I go back a ways. I used to listen to Tina and Michelle. I did. And for a long time, I stayed in the background. I would listen. I would subscribe to everybody's channel. I would listen to everybody's channel. But I really thought that it would eventually die down. I did. I said, it'll It's gonna die down. And a year went by, and 2 years went by, and 3 years went by, and 4 years went by. And here we are in the fifth year of them leaving, and they still are talking and invoking hate against this one couple. So miss me with the newfound awareness of hate and threats and conspiracies, because we know you have the ability to ignore it. Try doing that, because it's definitely not coming from anybody that supports Harry and Meghan. Do the challenge. Plug in Meghan's name into YouTube, then plug in Kate's name, and we'll see who gets more hate, more conspiracy theories. We'll see. We'll 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 see exactly who gets more threats. And not only does Meghan and Harry get it, so does sweet little Archie and little Beth. Look, when Archie made his arrival, and we were all so happy that Meghan had made it, because people of the Sussex Squad knew what she had went through. They literally wanted to try to get her to miscarriage. They wanted her to miscarry. So we were so happy when Archie made it here. And what do? It definitely didn't have nothing to do with the Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad, little Louis was born, nothing. Charlotte was born, absolutely nothing. But the minute Archie showed up, all of a sudden you getting stuff on the online from people, prominent people that works for the BBC, of a chimpanzee, two people holding the hand of a chimpanzee, saying the royal baby comes home. What happened when Lily was born? Prominent member of the media, I think she was a media person, saying, I know they should name her, what was it, Georgina Bardina, some racist mess like that. But we're the problem. Harry's the problem, because he won't call out this imaginary hate, conspiracies. Give me a break. But they won't. They never gonna give us a break. I have said this time and time again. If they really want us to stop, they should stop. But they don't want to stop. That's why they keep going on and on and on and on. Like today, perfect example. Perfect example. Let me get to it. I went on the Daily Fail, and two stories about William. First story from William K. I mean, from Richard K. I just took a screenshot of it, because I am so petty today that I would not even give them the satisfaction of one click coming from me. So I just took a screenshot of it. So I hope you can see it. See, this is from Richard K. And we all know Mr. K is pretty much William's go-to man when it comes to wanting to say something, when he wants to speak. Because unlike Harry, I never will forget when Harry did the interview with his friend from the media over there. And Harry said he was not going to speak through sources. He said they will be able to see the words coming out of my mouth. So they'll know that it's from me. But William, such a coward, continues to speak through sources. And Richard K is one of his go-tos. And what does Richard K say? William had a year from hell, friends say. And you know they always say friends when they mean William says. Now they tell Richard K how he's supporting Kate and the king through cancer and says he's turned a page on Harry. I always have to bring up Harry. They won't stop, so we won't stop. We won't stop calling out their BS. As for threats or hate or conspiracies, that's not us. That's not us. That's the other side. That's not us. I don't hate Kate. I don't hate William. I don't hate Charles. Now Camilla, I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want to lie. So we'll leave that one where it's at. But it's never been about a hate thing for us. It's always been about a support thing for us, to support Harry and Meghan, to defend Harry and Meghan. It was a defense thing for us. If they would leave Harry and Meghan alone, they have no problems with us. But stuff like this, he could have wrote that and just left Harry completely out of it. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. They had this one in there too. And of course, I took a screenshot again because I was feeling real petty and I wasn't going to give him that click. He says, William shows Harry how it's done. Rock and roll, dance, and laugh at Taylor's gig. Unlike his siblings' gloomy outing at Beyonce concert. And fans say selfie with Swift would have been Megan's dream. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I always got to run them down to lift them up. What does that say about William? He can only stand tall when Harry is on his knees. That's what it says. And I'll tell you another thing. All this wanting Harry to do something. He always needs to apologize. He always needs to offer an olive branch. I don't know where that olive tree is at, but I want it cut down and burned. Because I am sick of hearing about the olive branches on it. They always feel like Harry and Meghan need to come back and find some kind of redemption within that family. Like they was telling Harry, he needs to call out his fans for the conspiracy and the abuse that Kate is suffering. I think Harry should, if he thought about doing that, he needs to look to his left and ask his wife about what real abuse is. what it's really like to suffer. I don't think he really needs to answer because he has saw it firsthand. But yet and still, he needs to do that. This imaginary conspiracies, these imaginary threats, these imaginary abuse. Harry needs to say something about that. And then they turn around and answer their own question. But they said, but the royal family did not do it for their wife, for his wife when she was suffering. She still suffers with it. Plug in her name on YouTube. She's still suffering with it. She never stopped suffering with it. When Harry and Meghan's, let me get it right. When Harry and Meghan went public, forced to go public, Meghan said they was forced to go public with their relationship because I think it was that Tomley lady. She William allegedly, I believe, Kensington Palace had dropped a dime on them because at the time didn't nobody really know except the people within their family. How did Camilla Tomley find out that Harry was dating Meghan if she wasn't told by somebody in that family? Byron has this picture of William on the phone saying the calls is coming from inside the house. That call definitely came from inside the house. Meghan had been suffering from abuse since it went public that her and Harry was dating. And the proof is 8 days after it went, uh, um, Camilla Tomlin wrote that article that this was Harry's girlfriend. 8 days afterward, Harry had to coin a letter telling them, calling them out for the racism, the xenophobia, all the crap that they were writing, talking about the raw blood would be thickening, what the thin blue blood or something that Rachel Johnson wrote about the thickening or the thinning or the breath of the blood with Megan's exotic DNA. 8 days, 8 days, 8 days. 8 8 days after. So Megan has been suffering from abuse from that moment, as my mom used to say, from that day to this one. That's how long Megan been suffering. From that day to this one. And it's ongoing. Because these articles are from today. They cannot keep their names out of their mouths. And they want us to be quiet about it. And how do you silence somebody? How do you make them close their mouth? You label them as dangerous. You label them as a threat. You label them as crazy. How many times I have saw online where they talk about Meghan Markle's crazy fans? Meghan Markle has the most educated, the most uh, savvy, the most successful fan base, I bet, of any other person who has a fan base. We're not crazy. I would put our fan base up against the royal family's fan base anytime, because it's a lot of educated, very smart women and men that are a part of this fan base. But that's the way they want to silence us, labeling us as dangerous, labeling us as threatening, radical, dangerous, crazy. I have saw it time after time after time. It's the same playbook. If you want to silence a movement, you pick out one or two people, or you even plant people within the group to do things so you can smear the whole group with it. But since they can't put their arms around Harry and Meghan's fan group, because we're all over the place. We're not marching down the street or anything like that. We're not just in the United States. We're not just in Africa. We're not just in Germany. We're not just in Europe. We're all over the world. And we are a very savvy, smart group. And we are not going to go away because you throw out some idle threats about we're crazy, we're threatening Kate and all that kind of stuff. Because you know what? You can say all the stuff that you want to say, but where is your proof? Where if you and where is your sincerity? Why are you so concerned with the Sussex Squad when you have people, especially YouTube? I have things have came up on my recommendation feed of channels, people saying the craziest things. People saying the horrible things about Meghan, especially Meghan. They don't give Harry as hard a time as they do Meghan. Every time Meghan pops her head up to go to a movie premiere, go to a concert or something like that, they pick her apart and they lie and they lie and they lie. And they make a lot of money doing it. Look at Gumby. She started that little channel. She gets hundreds of views, hundreds of thousands of views, what I'm trying to say. And she is peddling straight up. I don't want to, I have to censor myself, but you can imagine what I want to say. I passed by one of her videos one time, and that's when Meghan had went to Jamaica for that movie premiere, the Bob Marley premiere. She had taken, you know, Meghan had that beautiful black uh, skirt on. She had taken that off. She had photoshopped a garbage bag on her. And that Neil, what is his first name? I forgot his name. He's making a good living off of Harry and Meghan, just pumping out the lies. But yet and still, we're the problem. We're the problem. So until you clean them up, because like I said, when you stop, we stop. All we want to do is buy some jam, buy some cookware, see what Megan is cooking on her TV show, see how Lily and Archie is growing. I dearly want to watch those two kids grow up and see their first grade picture. Archie will soon be in the first grade. He's in kindergarten now. He's 5. But Harry and Meghan don't dare share a picture. Wonder why. They just shared a picture. William and Kate. If they getting all this hate, why they get to share a picture and don't nobody say nothing? I didn't say nothing. I looked at it. That's a nice picture. Photoshop, but nice. And I'll tell you another thing. The Sussex Squad do not dare say anything about those children. We do not talk about their kids. You should plug in Megan's name into YouTube and you'll see all kind of heinous stuff about Lily and Archie. They got pictures of children that is not even them, making videos about them. Show me where we are doing that with the Wells children. We don't even talk about the Wells children. If we say anything, it's that, that's one reason why we were rooting for Kate to get better because she does have small children. Nobody wants to see someone be sick or pass away who has small children. When we said that we don't believe Kate has cancer, that's our belief. It's a whole lot different than saying that you don't believe Kate has cancer than wishing cancer upon her. Like some of the people on the other side has done for Meghan. I have saw it. They said cancer hit the wrong person. The wrong person got cancer. Meghan should have got cancer. Show me somebody that we had never said nothing like. I would never say anything like that. When they were saying that Kate um, was in Texas, I said, great. I don't blame her. She has small children. She has to meet. She should do everything that she can do to be able to be here to watch her children grow up. They hope for death for Meghan. And then you're gonna tell us what Harry needs to tell his fan base? Is that what you're saying? Because even if Harry said something, it wouldn't faze me because I see what's going on here. Maybe Harry doesn't have the full picture, but I don't think Harry's gonna say anything. But the full picture reveals the truth. And the truth is, the problem does not lie with us, it lies with them. And Meghan has suffered thousands and thousands times more than Kate. I don't even think about Kate, tell you the truth. I don't think about William. Nobody thinks about Kate. Nobody thinks about William because these articles right here, it proves that. They cannot write an article about them without putting Harry and Meghan in it in order for somebody to read it. Because if Harry and Meghan were in those articles, I wouldn't even went as far as taking the screenshot. That's how much I care about William and Kate. So Harry, no, Harry doesn't have to do anything unless he does this. Tell him to stop. Tell him if Harry ever see a video of mine, I want him to know. Get them when they stop, we'll stop. Tell them that. Tell Charles that. Tell William that. Tell Kate that. If she want us to stop calling her out for a facelift, tell her to stop. Stop feeding stories to the tabloids. Tell them to stop the smear campaign, and we'll stop, and we'll go and buy the jam, buy Megan's jam, and but one of the reasons why I it really is, and I'll tell you the reason why it really gets me about Gumby too. Well, she ain't Gumby no anymore. She's Big Tooth because she made enough money hating off of Megan to get her teeth fixed. But God is good. He made whoever did her teeth made them too big for her mouth. So she went from little teeth to big teeth. God have the glory. God have the glory. But I'm going to say this. Like I said, if Harry ever have a conversation with them about us, about the Sussex Squad, Harry need to tell them when they stop, we stop. We're gonna, and we'll be happy to buy jam. We'll be happy to see what Megan is doing. We'll be happy to watch Archie grow up, and we'll be happy to ignore those people like we were before Megan came along. But my suspicion is that they want to continue to hate on Megan. They don't want to stop. And it could be that they don't want us to stop because at least somebody paying them some attention. Because I promise you, if they stop talking about Megan, I probably would forget Kate's name. I would, you know. So maybe that's the plan. I don't know. But stuff like this, stuff like this, and that all that forever giving Harry advice is the problem, is a problem. So that's who I'm reading today. I am reading all the ones who want to get all the royal experts, like this dude. What was his name? I had never even heard of him before. Who is he? Where is he at? His name is James Crawford Smith. Never heard of James Crawford Smith, but yet and still he felt emboldened to give um, Harry some advice after Harry and his wife was run out of uh, the UK with the baby and the dogs in their arm, trying to get away, running for their lives. Harry's words, not mine. Harry said they were running for their lives. But yet and still, they feel emboldened to give him advice about his fans who do not have a page of hate against any of those people, and only talk about the things that they are given. And if you perceive them as conspiracy theories, that means that's what you gave us. That was your intent. We only giving back what you gave us. And the threats do not exist. We do not threaten anybody. Now we call people out that causes a problem for their narrative and their agenda. Now we do that. And one thing that the Sussex Squad is very famous for doing, and that is receipts. We come up with the receipts. But that other stuff that you want Harry to call us out about, it's non existent. And anybody can prove that by plugging Megan's name into the search engine on YouTube and Kate's name into the search engine in YouTube. You tell me which woman fits the conspiracy, the threats, the danger, the lies. Which woman is getting all of that? The abuse. Compare. And then come back and talk to me. Maybe we'll have something to talk about. Because right now, we don't have anything to talk about. All right, everybody. So glad you decided to come by and hear my read for today. And it was about Mr. Richard K. and this James Crawford Smith, who I have no idea who he is. And all this advice they are feel the need to give Harry and have never done anything to protect his wife. And I want to say this before we go. Isn't it funny that he said that even though the royal family has never done anything for didn't do it for Meghan when she was suffering the abuse. But he forgot one thing. When Harry did something about it, when he wrote letters to tell them to leave Meghan alone, what in spare, Harry said his father and Will got angry at him. He called him Willie. Willie and Paul was furious about it because they had never done anything like that for their spouses. I believe that's a lie. Not Harry lying, but I'm saying that what they told Harry, that's the reason for their anger. I believe the reason for their anger was they wanted the abuse to continue. They did not want Harry to throw a monkey wrench in what they saw was happening because they didn't want Meghan there in the first place. This plan of getting rid of Meghan started when Harry and Meghan went public, forced to go public because they leaked it to Camilla Tominey. So not only did they do nothing to stop the abuse of Meghan, they got mad with Harry, chastised him when he tried to do something. So miss me, Mr. James Crawford Smith, miss me with your BS. All right, y'all. That is the raw read for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.